Okay, so once you understand that fractions are pieces, they're not a whole something, they're parts of something. The next thing we need to discuss is how you put a lot of them together to get a whole. So like going back to our pizza, if you have 8 slices in a pizza, 8 out of 8 of them there, you have an entire or whole pizza. So we're going to talk about fifths and sixths. And that gives you kind of on page 215 and 216 of lesson 2. Every afternoon, student volunteers help the school librarian put returned books back on the shelves. The librarian puts the books in equal piles on a cart. One day, Jean and Maria found 5 equal piles on the return cart. They knew there were different ways they could share the job of reshelving the books. They drew fraction bars to help them find all the possibilities. Well, this is all the possible ways you would add together fractions to get 5 out of 5. So what's the most common one you think? They would do 1/5 plus 4/5, 1, 2, 3, 4, is going to equal 1. Oops, I want to do the same color. 4 and 1 is going to equal 1 whole. 1 whole. See the 1 whole? 5/5. Another combination could be 2/5 plus 3/5 equals 5/5. You seeing where I'm going with this? Okay, another combination could be Jean has 3/5 and Marie has 2/5. 2/5 plus 3/5 still equals 5/5, which is the whole of the books. And then you might do 4/5 for Jean and 1/5 for Marie. Oops, wrote that wrong, sorry. 1/5. So each of these are combinations of adding fractions together to get a whole piece if you have 5 equal parts. If you go to the next page, we're going to do the same thing, only this time we're going to do it with sixths. So now the librarian has put 6 equal parts on the cart for Lee and Henry to reshelve. They also drew fraction bars. On each 6th bar, circle 2 groups of 6 to show one way that Lee and Henry could share the work. So just like we did with the other one, we're going to start with 1/6 for Lee, which leaves 5/6, which would give us the whole of the book's 6/6. Then you would do 2/6 plus 4/6 equals 6/6. 3/6 plus 3/6 equals a whole 6/6. Then you might do Lee has 4/6 and Henry has 2/6, which equals 6/6. Lee could do 5/6 and Henry can do 1/6, which equals 6/6. I think you're kind of catching on to what it is I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to a whole piece of something here. So looking at this bottom here, we want to finish the equation. 1 whole equals 7/7, which equals 1/7 plus 6/7. You with me so far? 1 whole equals 4/4, which equals 3/4 plus 1/4. 1 whole equals 8/8, which equals 3/8 plus 5/8. Are you seeing how the top, the numerators have to equal the total amount of parts in the denominator? Your denominator is how many parts there are in the whole. Just like how many pieces the pizza has been cut into. So 1 whole equals 5/5 equals 2/5 plus 3/5. I'm going to have you finish 7, 8, 9, and 10. And there's no Google form tonight. We will do page 217 together tomorrow, and we will do 218 tomorrow. If you want to try 217 using the fraction bars, you can try that. But the major thing that I wanted you to see here is that to get a whole, you have to have that many parts. So if I have a pizza and if I have 4 slices of pizza, I have to have 4 out of 4 slices of pizza to get a whole. If I had a pizza that had 12 pieces cut out, I have to have 12 out of 12 pieces to make the whole. So you will finish page 216, and we will do the rest during workshop tomorrow.